Reach the wizard.
What's going on, everybody? So I can get my audio and stuff set here. Appreciate it. I was mostly just trying out the new layout here, where it goes live, I guess, on the vertical live as well as the horizontal live, and it's a new StreamYard feature, I guess. But I also did have a communist thing I wanted to talk about. So while I get set up here, and then I'll probably open up and do an open panel like usual. Let me do some things real quick. Turn my camera on. Hope everybody's doing well. But yeah, so when I was at the Chicago ICE protest the other day, somebody slipped me this piece of paper that we're going to go over from the International Communist Party. It was getting handed out in Illinois, of course. But yeah, we're going to go over that here in a minute. And then, then I'll go share the StreamYard link and all that fun stuff. But hope everybody's doing well. Thanks, Mudrabbit, for stopping in. Yeah, I didn't know what day I was going to do this stream. I scheduled it yesterday and then had a bunch of weird stuff come up, so pushed it off till today. I assume nobody else is talking about it, but I'll share. I could probably share their websites and stuff. They're on YouTube, the International Communist Party. Got an email, a website, a Facebook group. When it was interesting because when I was talking to, well, I was overhearing a group. There's a clip that got taken out of my live stream I did the other day, and I was like, "I'm not cold, you're cold." Well, we're sitting, and it's like sleeting, and it's like I don't know, probably 40 degrees or less. What's going on, Amber? Good to see you. And when I was sitting there, I was basically listening to the people next to me, and they were like, "Oh yeah, I'm only going to be here till 6:30. I just want to push the curfew a little bit." And then another person's like, "Oh, I'm getting ready to gear up and go over here." They're like, "I have a schedule," and then they like talked about this. What's it called? Schedule of like what protests they were going to next. Apparently, that one doesn't have an end to it, so they were going to go to another one that was nearby. That's the kind of stuff that makes me go, "Oh, professional protesters." Like, who jumps from one protest to another in the fucking rain? Yeah, it was weird. I'm just trying to, I felt like they're just trying to get attention, but in the worst way. All right. Let's read this. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. The necessary path of struggle. Class uniformism. The capitalist class devours ever increasing profits while condemning workers to greater suffering. Mass layoffs, lack of health care, and disappearing abilities to afford basic cost effect and more forced removal. Excuse me, I don't know why I read that wrong. Troops are being sent into cities where workers are most prepared to organize, petition, and implicate. Wait, what am I? All right, so I think this is like they're trying to get people riled up first. So before I gotta break that down further because they're just using a bunch of fucking big words to make it seem like we're getting taken advantage of. All right, the capitalist class devours ever increasing profits while condemning workers to greater suffering. Mass layoffs, lack of health care, and disappearing ability to afford basic cost affect more workers daily. Immigrant workers are pushed into modern day slavery through intimidation and forced removal. Troops are being sent into cities where workers are most prepared to organize, positioned in anticipation of the next economic crisis that will produce an upsurge of workers' rage and action. Workers need to organize differently than the dead-end protests and coalitions that compromise the workers' movement. Democratic Party-funded groups funnel workers into parades demanding reform or make no demand at all. They hold no power to coerce our class enemies into results. The capitalist state will never yield true change without genuine worker power. Only the class union, the working class, united and organized in one big combative battle against the bosses and general strike action can achieve this. So they're trying to appeal to the people that might follow the democratic movement but don't feel like they have a purpose, or they. So this would have been Jake the last time I was there. This would have been MAGA Jake. This would have appealed to him. He was actually handed one. I think he was right next to me when they handed us one. And this would appeal to people that think when they go to these protests that the Democrats aren't putting their messages, or well, I wouldn't even say Democrats. The people that are protesting ICE aren't getting their message out well enough. They're just playing music or dancing or having a party. And he was saying that it doesn't look like they were worried about the people inside. And this is talking about like action in order to have, more of an effect. Capitalism bursts horrors whether in its good cop mask of democracy or bad cop costume of fascism. The working class has no borders. Our libertarian lies in complete abolition of the capitalist system internationally. Anti-fascism is a dead end, implying braggadocious democracy is worth struggling for. Anti-capitalism chops down the entire tree of capitalism, of which fascism and democracy are two branches. Let's break that down a little bit. Anti-fascism is a dead end, implying braggadocious democracy is worth struggling for. Anti-fascism. So being anti-fascist is dead. Yeah, they're definitely aiming for people in the Democratic Party with this speech. Like, stop your anti-fascist rhetoric. We're gonna. God, this is a wild statement, and it's worded well. Now that I'm thinking about it, for getting a specific group of people. These are the people that aren't falling into a side. They're aimed for centrists too, and then people that don't follow a purpose on the Democratic Party. Anti-capitalism chops down the entire tree of capitalism, of which fascism and democracy are two branches. So they're anti-capitalist. They don't like capitalism. Workers, organize your workplaces, coalesce across sectors and regions, call for the workers' assembly that unite organized and unorganized workers. Organize a general strike that shuts down the city or the country. This is the power of the working class united, not your vote, not your endurance of state violence. So they want to, in order to, but I still haven't heard what their message is. I guess I would have to go to their site to get what their message is. But the actions they want to do is to shut down small towns or counties, or probably all the way up to the country, if they have that much control in Say County. I added that. If your union leaders align with the bosses, discard them. The union is the organized workers, not paid mediators. Build class struggles cautiously. Call meetings where groups that would have you compromised are absent. So you can't work with the unions because they're corrupt from the core unless they don't believe the bosses. So I guess, I don't know. A union would have too many bosses. So it would have to be all unions. Exit the squirrel cage of symbolism. Wait, no. Exit the squirrel cage of symbolic actions and coalitions based on compromise. Only the International Communist Party, unwilling to compromise and capable of achieving emancipation of the international workers' class, can provide necessary leadership. Towards workers organized, capable of coordinating general strike action. Towards the building of the class union. International Communist Party. We look up their website. Hold on a second. I need to see more of this. Let's go to their, or should we go to their YouTube page? I want to see how they pitch communism to other people. I felt like that was targeted for the group of people that was at the protest, which, to be fair, I mean, they were one of the few people that was talking to me this time, because I was a little bit more outspoken this last time than I have been. International. Sorry, I didn't have this prepped up or anything. Okay, it came up. They have 300 subscribers on YouTube. And it started 8 months ago. Let's see what the oldest stuff is. This is the latest stuff. Yeah, it started 8 months ago. The program of the party. Let's see. These are all kind of short clips. Should I fucking let's check this out. 300 subscribers, 20 videos. Oh, they only have 7 English videos. The rest of them, all right. So they have it in Portuguese, maybe Turkish, Italian, French, and Spanish. We're going to look at the English version. All right. Let's see what we got here. This is pretty interesting. Communism has never worked before. Well, I understand that. And the craziest part is everybody thinks their version of communism is going to work. So that's usually where this ends, is when they're like, oh yeah, just let me implement my version. This one's going to be the best version. It's just like, why wouldn't you just pick a new name for your movement then, or just call it Marxism? Isn't that where it started from, Marx? Are we a democratic republic? Let's see what we got here. I'm going to have to pause throughout, so don't hate me.
This is the recording of the International Communist Party, which maintains its direct line running from Marx to Lenin to the foundation of the Third International and the birth of the Communist Party.
So I had to pause in between. I'm sorry. I already went 14 seconds. Yeah. I don't know if they're just going to lay out what communism means to them, or where the Communist Party's at today.
Of Italy in Leghorn, Livorno, 1921. And from there to the struggle of the Italian communist left against the degeneration of Moscow and the
I would like to see the separation between them and anti-fascists, since they use that reference.
rejection of popular fronts and coalitions of resistance groups. Today we'll be reading.
That's what I mean by coalition of resistance groups. There was other resistance groups. I just didn't know if they classified themselves in those other the other resistance groups. Oh yeah, I remember seeing you over there, Tommy. Yeah, when I was over there, somebody dropped this paper with me, and I was like, oh, okay, sure, I'll check it out. So I'm checking it out for him. To be fair.
From our unitary and invariant body of party theses, the program of the party in May 1948. The international.
This is an AI generated voice. So whoever actually did it didn't want because that's why it's in all those different languages. And I think YouTube added the feature recently where it just auto translates.
National Communist Party is constituted on the basis of the following principles established at Leghorn in 1921 at the foundation of the Communist Party of Italy.
So this is the founding of said party, the program of the party, and then what they, gosh, I don't even know where.
Of the
I don't know how
Communist
much of this I'm allowed to play.
Number 1. Under the present social regime of capital, the conflict between productive forces in the relations of production develops at an ever-increasing rate, giving rise to antithetical interests and to the class struggle between the proletariat and the ruling bourgeoisie. Number 2.
Under the present social regime of capital, the conflict between productive forces. So the workers and the relationship with the bosses. Or no. Because wait, I don't understand what this means. Hold on, I gotta understand the first part.
Class struggle between the proletariat and the ruling bourgeoisie.
So yeah, the people that make the money and the people that are creating the money are having a struggle currently.
Number 2. Production relations today are protected by the power of the bourgeois state, whatever the form of representative system and deployment of elective democracy. The bourgeois state remains the organ for the defense of the interests of the capitalist class. Number 3. The proletariat can neither smash nor modify the system of capitalist relations of production which exploit it without violently overthrowing the bourgeois power.
I feel like it's a lot more reasonable to just petition for, higher wages or something, or unionize and go on strike. I feel like there's other ways. All right, no worries. Where do you live? I'm trumping here in Colorado. I'm in Illinois. That's why I went to the Chicago protest. Yeah, I'm in Illinois. I am not in the most Trumpiest state, but Chicago, to be fair, there is probably a lot of Trump supporters in Illinois, but Chicago makes all of our decisions, so our laws are pretty out there. Probably one of the most liberal states in all 50.
Number 4. The indispensable organ of the revolutionary struggle of the proletariat is the class party. The Communist Party, which maintains the most advanced and resolute part of the proletariat, unifies the efforts of the laboring masses and transforms their struggle and immediate gains into the general struggle for the revolutionary emancipation of the proletariat. The party is responsible for propagating the revolutionary theory amongst the masses, for organizing the material means of action, and for leading the working class through its course of its struggle by ensuring.
Because this is exactly what they wanted unions to do, but I think there was too many mob ties, and it didn't work out well with unions. I was born in Chicago, but I'll never go back. Yeah, no worries, I get it. I thought this was live. I want my imaginary money I spent to see this video. I don't charge anything for my videos. You know this cursed. Play these games with me, sir. No, man, this is a misinterpretation of what communism is, but I'm gonna hear it out.
Its historical continuity and the international unity of the movement. Number 5. After overthrowing the capitalist power, the proletariat must completely destroy the old state apparatus in order to organize itself as the dominant class and install its own dictatorship.
But it starts with anarchy. That's what. That's the difference between unions. Unions work with bosses, and I'm pretty sure that just starts with anarchy. Like if you're going to overthrow, you have to overthrow whatever the bourgeoisie ruling class is doing. So that could be a job. It could be the government. Like, don't get me wrong. If the government is being corrupt, I don't think the Second Amendment applies. You won't be able to protect yourself against a tyrannous government, but only because you can't maintain the arms to. But yeah, no. And to be fair, I'm not an always Trumper. I'm not an always Trumper, and I guess I'm not a Democrat either. I guess I'm more centrist. That's why I was paying attention to this. Squirrel says communism equals Star of David. Interesting. Interesting. We'll just say interesting.
Dictatorship. That is to say, it will deny all rights to the bourgeois class and individuals within it for as long as they socially survive, and will found the organs of the new regime on the producing class alone. The Communist Party, whose programmatic.
So what that'll lead to is people not inventing stuff anymore. If So there's a lot of positions that probably shouldn't be relevant nowadays. And this is why this verbiage won't actually work. Our working class is a lot different than the working class in the 1920s that was trying to build something. I think Tommy's on the same track. Back in the day, we used to. Oh no, we used to, on something else. But yeah, no, I'm 100% sure that the working class back in the day was a lot more hardworking than our working class today. It's hard to get people to work nowadays. I don't think it's the same thing by any stretch of the imagination that that people don't want to work, and the jobs that they're doing are fucking obsolete, and that's why people are getting replaced. Like, I heard somebody debating this about jobs. The same thing that's happening when people are watching the job market. People are being reduced out of the job market because of everybody fighting for 20 to 25 an hour or whatever for starting level positions. What happened is all of those fast food joints installed fucking machines so that they could take your order now. They don't even have somebody most of the time answering the front desk. There's no reason to. There's no reason to have somebody up there taking orders. It's just one more person to pay. They'd rather just have people cooking food, all because you pushed for this. So yes, there's less jobs available, but you get the illusion of making more money. I mean, cost of living went up at the same time all of that shit happened. It's all a facade. I've talked about this way too many times. The illusion of the United States dollar is all a facade, and I don't know at this point what to do besides getting off of our fiat currency. I don't think overthrowing the government is going to help us. If anything, we need, if everybody like woke up one day and was like, I'm going to go into my wallet and burn a dollar bill and like made some more rarity to it, that might help. But besides that, and I'm not promoting going out and doing that because I don't think you're legally allowed to do that. But I don't know how to increase the value of something that's valueless. As soon as we pulled off the gold standard, I guess making it rare, but I can't stop the government from printing more. So it's it's an endless battle of people struggling for something that doesn't exist. Turns into a fry from Futurama. Shut up and take my money. Back in the day, we used to leave our doors open all night and the garage door open with keys in the car. Wouldn't try that now. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I don't think the surveillance that we have nowadays, I feel like doesn't seem to make that much of a difference. People get away with stuff if people are just letting people out of jail for like random shit. They're like, oh, he didn't know any better. Fucking that's what most of the crazy shit you see on the news is. Somebody got let out of jail 4 or 5 times and committed some crazy crimes and didn't get, like, our prosecution system's fucked, our money's kind of fucked. People in charge are corrupt on both sides at the highest levels. It's kind of crazy, but I still don't want to go towards this idea of anarchy because I don't think it's going to fix it. I don't really know what would fix the system that we have currently. And that hasn't even gotten into like education or anything else. It's endless things that need to be fixed. And nobody wants to work anymore. Yeah, that's very, very true. What are you reading? Chat, Mr. Waters. Why do you keep ignoring my question? What question? Sorry, I was reading something. I don't want your money. Have I heard the word proliferate before? Proliferate? No, I don't think I have. Everyone wants to start at millions. Yeah, I don't know. It's just insane. I don't think there's actually a functionable way to change it. I think our dollar has to crumble before any of this can be fixed. I still don't know why other countries like respect our money besides our military, and our military is not even number 1 anymore in the world.
Characteristic lies in this fundamental achievement exclusively and only represents, organizes, and directs the proletarian dictatorship. Number 6. Only by the means of force will the proletarian state be able to systematically intervene in the social economy and adopt those measures with which the collective management of production and distribution takes the place of the capitalist system.
Only by means of force will the proletarian state. So what does it mean? Tell me. I didn't change the subject. Now I gotta know, damn it. Proletariat is the working class, a term that describes those who do not own the means of production and must sell their labor for wages. So yeah, exactly what they're about to go into. What up, Andre Little? Good to see you, sir. So they just called them a different name instead of referring to themselves, the working class state, be able to systematically intervene. That's what I'm talking about. It's anarchy. They just repeated. That's the way they have to do it, is go at management. How is that not capitalist? Like, only by means of force will the proletariat state be able to systematically intervene in the social economy and adapt those measures with which the collective measurement of production and distribution will take place of the capitalist system. So are they trying to say, I don't know. Yeah, I guess they want to because they don't like capitalism, so that makes sense. I just don't know how can you be anti-cap? Like, you have to make money for your system to work, doesn't it? Like, you have to capitalize, otherwise how does your system function if you're not making money? Or am I crazy? What up, Mimsy? Good to see you. I'm doing okay. Thanks for asking, Andre.
Number 7. This transformation of the economy and subsequently the whole of social life will gradually eliminate the necessity for the political state, whose machinery will gradually give way to the rational administration of human activities.
Transformation of the economy. Because you won't need leaders, because they're new. Because the leaders are going to hire robots. So the humans want to keep doing mindless tasks. It's basically what it says. Whose machinery will gradually give away the rational administration of human activities. So yeah, we would get rid of politicians because they're going to hire things that are more efficient than us. So throw them out. Yeah, it would take a lot more people to rake a yard with a fork. It doesn't mean it's a good idea. Oh my goodness. What? How does that make sense? Like, just because a human can take longer on a task doesn't mean that they're more efficient because it's a human working. That's not a more valuable job. You don't want people doing mindless tasks. If you could have AI or a machine doing it, like, this is what everybody's going to have to deal with. I don't know why they're pretending they can hold this off. How long will I be live for? I'm not really sure. It's a good question. I'm not exactly sure. Well, use capitalism every day, but the Democrats hate it so much. You have to have it for a functioning society. I don't understand how it would work. Like, if you're not capitalizing as a country, how do you pay for all of these fucking bizarre things that everybody wants for free? You can't just tax the means of production, I assume there would be no taxes. Or maybe we'll get to this, but I assume how could you have taxes? You can't tax these working class people You're going to tax the politicians that don't exist.
Gradually give way to the rational administration of human activities.
Number 8.
With regard to the capitalist world and the workers' movement in the aftermath of the Second World War, the party's position is based off the following points. Number 8. During the first half of the 20th century, capitalist economy has seen the introduction of monopolistic trusts amongst the employers.
Oh, so rich people are working together.
Attempts have been made to control and manage production and exchange by centralized planning, right up to state management of whole sectors of production. In the political field, there has been an increase in the strength
Because they worry about supply and demand.
Of the police and military arms of the state and in government totalitarianism. None of the latter.
That part I do have a problem with, people regulating shit in their favor for businesses. That's why people like Nancy Pelosi go into office and they make millions and millions. That is true, Ace. Communism has never worked. That's why I was kind of going with the premise that I don't understand why these people aren't just like pitching it as a new thing. Stop trying to make it's like Fetch in Mean Girls. It's just never gonna work. I just don't understand how you're ever gonna you're just gonna have to change the name of it. It can't be that. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna happen. Robots and air is going to be the death of mankind. No, so humans' introduction to AI and robots, it's going to be volunteer. I'm pretty sure. The best way to introduce something to humans is how will it improve their lives. It's going to start with probably prosthetics, maybe the implants that they're talking about. Some people have already tried them. So basically making them better in some way. Yeah, and it'll be a volunteer system until we get to a point where we can download consciousness. As soon as we could do that, the idea of immortality will be in the hands. And then with people living longer, yeah, it's going to be bad. It's going to be real bad. That's why they tried socialism. Yeah, it is true. That's why they gave it a whack.
Are new types of social organization of the transitional nature between capitalism and socialism, and neither are they revived forms of pre-bourgeois political systems.
No, they definitely are. Doesn't matter if you say it like that or not. They definitely are exactly what I just stumbled across without even hearing the next part.
And neither are they revived forms of pre-bourgeois political systems. They are instead particular forms of a more and more direct and exclusive management of power and the state by the most advanced forces of capital. This process rules out the pacifistic, progressivist, and evolutionist interpretations of the bourgeois regime's course, and confirms our forecast about the classes concentrating and marshaling their forces on opposite sides. For the proletariat to match its enemy's strength with rekindled revolutionary energy, it must reject, either as a demand or a means of...
How do you... Okay, so and this is where it was kind of a call to action that was in the paper I was just reading that referenced this page that I just went to. It would have to be some type of call to action, and it would have to be people in a large company or involved in government that got behind this, because you would actually have to stop a government power, like or something that helps the world run. Because otherwise, what policies are you changing where you could just place demands out like that? All right. It sounds good. I 310 or 310 milligrams. Like, I don't know if there was a comma in there, or if it's just like I think 500 is the most I've sat down and had, but they were gummies, and I just like gummies. So usually fall asleep. It's easier. Socialism is communism, though. Yeah. What did I look up? So when I was at the Chicago ICE protest, somebody gave me this this information the other day, and it was called "The Necessary Path of Struggle: Class Unionism," and they call themselves the International Communist Party. And then I found their YouTube channel. Like I said, they just gave me this the other day, and I read their whole little spiel on here, and I was like, oh, there's got to be more to this. They got a website, a Facebook page, a YouTube channel. There's only 300 people following their YouTube channel, so the movement hasn't gotten too big yet. But 310s. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a nice evening. That's nothing. Yeah, you're good. You'll never work because if you are rich, you will leave. Why would you stay? Yeah. People will just pull out their money. All you have to do is watch what's going to happen in New York. New York will be a good test subject for what happens when you tax the rich more, what happens to businesses and what they decide to do. They're just not going to go to, it explains why Florida's population is what it is. What? We can get by with less tax here? It's crazy.
Agitation, the illusory return to democratic liberalism and constitutional guarantees. The Class Revolutionary Party must take.
So, oh gosh, that's even better. So they have to be written into the Constitution, these checks and balances for the Communist Party.
The historic step of liquidating once and for all the practice of making alliances, even for transitory issues, both with bourgeois and middle-class parties, and with pseudo-workers' parties who have adopted reformist programs.
So I think that might actually help with the problem with unions. I don't think unions are a good thing. I think unions protect bad workers. That's why the bad apples argument is always there, is because of unions, because unions for some reason will protect people that are doing bad things inside of their organization. It happens with officers, it happens with teachers, just people trying to get their tenure. Yeah, it's actually not a bad thing to break up unions, to be fair. I'm not a huge pro union person. Now the government is shutting him down at every turn. Almost, was that 1 billion people have left New York already? I think it's a hyperbolic number. I guess as the mayor, he's only got so much reach. It's more publicity than anything. There's a Trump shutdown? I haven't heard about a Trump shutdown, Andre Little. You have to let me know about that. That's a first for me.
Number 9. The imperialist wars have shown that the crises of capitalist disintegration is inevitable by decisively inaugurating a phase in which its expansion no longer signifies a continual growth in the productive forces, but rather an alternation of accumulation and destruction. These wars have been a cause of a series of profound crises in the workers' international organizations, with the dominant classes having managed to impose military and national solidarity on them by getting them to line up on one another on the war fronts. There is.
I don't understand how that's actually applicable. Imperialist wars have shown that the crisis of capitalists expansion no longer signifies. It doesn't have to be expansion for capitalist systems to work. It's like somebody funding both sides of a war. Like, say you're not involved in the war, and say Russia and Ukraine are both involved in the war, and you're making armament for both sides. You could still make money. Like, it's I don't know. I don't understand how that would actually stop, I don't know, capitalist idea. I mean, maybe it would. I just don't even know how it would root out any of it.
Getting them to line up on one another on the war fronts. There is only one historical viable alternative that can be posed to this situation, and that is the rekindling of class struggle within nations, leading to the civil war of the working masses to overthrow the power of the bourgeois state everywhere, along with all their international coalitions. The indispensable condition for this lies in the reconstitution of the International Communist Party as an autonomous force independent of any existing political or military power. Number 10. The apparatus of the proletarian state, insofar it is a means and arms of struggle in the transitional period between two social systems, does not derive its organizational strength from any existing constitutional canons or schema that aims to represent all classes.
So it has to be constructed from something that's not in the Constitution, but yet they want to be put into the Constitution for the protections. So I don't know if they're not going off of the Constitution anymore, or if they would rather go off of the Constitution. Or if they just want to alter it and make it fit. That is kind of weird. They didn't really explain that through. What up, Wankaroo? Good to see you. Got the comrades in the chat. Nice. There's a Nick Cage movie about that? Of course there is. Michael McIntosh did a live stream earlier. Shout out to the time travelers.
The most complete historical example of a proletarian state up to the present is that of the Soviets, workers' councils, during the October Revolution of 1917, when the working class armed itself under the leadership of the Bolshevik Party. When the conquest of power was accomplished by totalitarian means and the Constituent Assembly dispersed, and when the struggle took place to repel the attacks by foreign bourgeois governments and stamp out the internal rebellion of the vanquished classes, of the middle classes and opportunist parties, the inevitable allies of the counter-revolution at decisive moments.
Who's like, oh yeah, I want to be like the Soviets, where, what is the name of this group? The Bolshevik Party? Blow. A revolutionary political party in Russia organized a fraction of Russian Social Democrats, Labor Party, that came into power in 1917 Russian Revolution under the leadership of Vladimir Lenin. They advocated for a radical Marxist-Leninist approach to overthrow the provisional government and establish a social state, famously rallying under the slogan, peace, land, and breed. Or no, peace, land, and bread. Sorry. After seizing power, they withdrew Russia from World War I and eventually became the Communist Party of the Soviet Union. Core beliefs and actions. The Bolsheviks were a radical Marxist group that believed that exiting capitalist states existing capitalist states were incapable of solving Russia's problems and needed to be overthrown. After solidifying power, the party formally changed its name to the Russian Social Democratic Party, Bolsheviks, to the Russian Communist Party, and eventually became the Communist Party of the Soviet Union in 1952. Is it good? I haven't really heard anything. National Bolshevism was among several early ultra-nationalists and, according to some fascist movements in Germany that predate Adolf Hitler's Nazi Party. All right. So they have some interesting ties.
Number 11. The full accomplishment of socialism is inconceivable within the borders of one country alone, and the socialist transformation cannot be effected without failures and momentary setbacks. The defense of the proletarian regime against the ever-present dangers of degeneration can be ensured only if the running of the proletarian state is continually coordinated with the international struggle of the working class of each country against its own bourgeoisie, state, and military apparatus.
Yeah, because there's plenty of other countries that work with each other. So there's no way you could get this to actually go into effect. Like, it wouldn't work on a state level just across the United States because we work with other countries. APAC wouldn't allow this.
Be no let up in the struggle, even in wartime. The necessary coordination can be ensured only if the World Communist Party controls the politics and program of the states where the working class has attained power.
Damn. I think he's just reading from a manifesto at this point. Is this going to be like Red Dawn? No. I'm going to open it up into a open panel here in a second. I'm going to probably end up cutting this into two parts. We'll do an open panel. If you guys want to talk about communism more, we can. I don't want to beat it up for an hour with communism. But we can talk about other topics. Yeah, give me 1 minute. We'll take a quick break. Give you guys something fun. Let's see what we got. Take us out of the communism talk. Let's go with something.
Hey, kids. This is a tasty burger. Burger.
Walking down the street. Damn.
25. Straight down.
Goddamn hand cannon.
You're a smart motherfucker.
This sounds like you actually have something to say.
Fuck me. Jack rabbits. Straight down.
Dirt.
Oh, fuck me. Do you ask? I'm the fucking master. Fuck me. Jack rabbits. Straight down.
Dirt.
Oh, fuck me. Do you ask?
Fucking good milkshake.
The endless want that. The want that.
Bunch of fox.
The end want that. The want that. The endless
Goddamn hand cannon.
the want that.
Bunch of fox.
The end
Goddamn hand cannon.
the want that.
You'll be the one soon.
Goddamn.
You'll be the
I don't know actually how to post it on. Well, I guess I can. I don't know. Highlight it over there. I don't know how to pin it on my other channel. Oh well. The chat ain't going too nuts over there, so it should be sitting there. I just can't pin it right now, but it's in the chat if anybody wants to join me. I'm half tempted to play video games, but if anybody does want to join me, they can. We'll hang out for a bit. Otherwise, I'll probably end up wrapping up here shortly. I have enough reason to stay up late. So, if somebody has a good conversation to add, then I'm down for it. Or if somebody wants to discuss communism or other current topics. Oh, dude, and to be fair, in the last live stream, I haven't posted it yet. In the last live stream, I called when the government was going to get out of their break. I knew as soon as the election was over that everything was going to change again, and everybody was going to be back into the mix of things and voting for SNAP to be extended. It's wild that the whole Democratic Party turned on the people that took action. Like Bernie Sanders was like, I'm against this, and was speaking out about all the Democrats that basically voted for the government to go back into session. Excuse me. What up, baby?
Hey guys.
How you doing this evening? You showing me? Oh, you're in a sling?
Yep. I
What'd
gotta
you-
go back to see. I gotta go back to see the doctor on Monday. They thought that I had strained it, but they put me on prednisone, and that didn't work. So now I don't know what they're gonna do.
I also don't know what to do. So I saw a debut of you today. It's been a while. I saw a debut of you today.
Over
on TOD's channel. You had a 45-minute video come up. I haven't seen you featured on their channel in quite some time.
Yeah. Holy crap.
Yeah. It's just
I'm
like they
becoming
finally
famous.
well I think they called it your you're reuniting with Jake Hudson stream.
Oh God. Really? That's
Yeah.
been how long ago?
I don't know. It's been a while. It's been a while that you guys have been talking, or that you've been back on YouTube too.
Yeah. Well, I went over onto DLive today to see what was going on.
Anything good?
And, well, I went into one of the old chat rooms that I used to go into. And as
I
soon
didn't even
as
realize
said
DLive
hello
was
to
still
the host,
around.
as soon as I said hello to the host, I got muted.
Why? Because they know you? Are you infamous over there?
I guess.
All right. Famous Giggle Pickles over on DLive. So, all right. So, to be fair, after I saw that upload, I dove into some lore today. I've been just digging into old content, and I started trying to figure out the first time my name came up on TOD's channel. And it was 3 years ago. You were the first person to bring me up, and you were telling Andre not to talk to me or something. I don't know what it was, because you thought I worked for Pesci, and you thought I was setting people up. But I think it was during the beginning of yours and Rocco's show. After I helped set that up, I think me and Rocco had a falling out. And there was a show that Rocco didn't do when he showed up at Pesci's, and everybody was like, oh, he was smoking drugs or something over there. And I was like, watching the show, and then Andre Little came up next. It was like Andre Little and Granny on screen, and you told everybody that I told Andre Little to go up there or something, and I guess Andre Little just went up there to defend Rocco. I don't remember the whole. It was a while ago. I don't remember most of
I
it.
told him not to go up onto TOD's channel or some shit, because all they were doing was they were going to sit there and they were going to make fun of him, the way he talks, and
Even Granny doesn't. Even Granny didn't pick on what's it called? Andre when he met him. Andre is just too nice of a guy. He's hard to pick on.
yeah, well, TOD, they'll belittle anybody.
Yeah, they're equal opportunity offenders, to be fair.
Yeah.
They
They're
don't
just
like
a
to limit
couple of little
themselves to one.
dumbasses that are keyboard warriors that have no life, that live in mommy's basement.
I mean, I think they're adults. I don't think they live with their mom and dad, but they might. Possible.
So,
But yeah, no. Once I saw you guys were featured today, that's what I was doing. I was doing a little deep dive into the lore, and then I learned about you and Lady Crocheter's relationship, and I had never seen the video of you and or you talking about Blue Eyed Diva. That was an interesting one. I'm only at like the 3 or 4 year old mark, but it's funny because the first time they covered you on their channel when they uploaded a video, they were cheering you on when you were going after Blue Eyed Diva. They were like,
Yep.
Giggle Pickles is so based right now.
Yep. That's because she tried to steal the content that I was doing at that time. And I was already pissed off at like I said, I was pissed off at the internet because it went down. And she decided she was going to go on and do the same stream that I was doing. I was like, dude, how the hell can she do that? How can, and I mean, I went ballistic, and then DLive,
what was she doing? What was she doing that was your content?
She was telling everybody that she was going to do interviews with people on DLive that were YouTubers and blah blah blah. And
oh, I thought it was something about playing. I thought it was something about playing music.
I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
You guys playing the same music too, or no?
Yeah, he was playing the same music.
Same music as you?
Yeah.
That's a little annoying. What kind of music were you playing? Anything good?
I was playing stuff like AC/DC, Metallica, stuff from my generation.
So well-known stuff that everybody might play, though.
Yeah.
What up, Mudrabbit?
But
so tonight we're catering to whatever device everybody has. This is the new feature that StreamYard has. Right now, I'm simultaneously live on like the wide version as well as the vertical live, because I'd never tried it out before. That's why there's 28 people watching. I think the majority of them are actually watching from their cell phones. I started to realize a lot more of the people that watch me, unless they're old, are usually watching from what's it called? Vertical lives. Or tablets or something like that.
All right.
How are you doing tonight, Mudrabbit? It's good to see you.
Hey, Mudrabbit. Give me a second. I gotta grab my ashtray.
Yeah, I'm doing an open panel for a little bit. Not sure how long. I want to keep it under the 2-hour mark because I want to see how the clip feature on StreamYard works when I do this too. I don't know if it's going to give me 2 different videos. Like I can pull up a side video and I can see both streams, but I don't know. It's weird.
But I was just so pissed off that night that when I got back on, I started ranting and raving, and I was contacted by D-Live's little agents in the background telling me
Okay,
that I was
this is another question I
suspended.
had about that. You called them guardians. That's also the name of the biker gang that you were telling me about. Are they all? Why is everybody named guardians?
Beats me.
It's weird. I don't. And so do they work for D-Live, or how does that
They
work?
were employees of D-Live,
Oh, okay.
but one of them in particular come in and messaged me and told me that I was going to get suspended for 10 days because of the simple fact of my rant and rave. And I told him, I said, well, go over there and look at Blue Eyed Diva's live stream. She's doing the exact same stream I was doing.
Didn't you break a lot of TOS in that rant before they took you off?
Yeah.
I was gonna say you got a little into it. I'm pretty sure you brought up a case with some homeless guy, and I don't know if it was your stepfather or something like that. Like it got a little dark.
Yeah. It got a little dark. No, it was mostly about her and her family. I mean, she's almost 30 years old. She's got a 12-year-old daughter, and she's carrying around a baby doll.
Let's not talk about her kids and stuff.
Mhm. Well, anyway,
I wouldn't let her come on here and talk about your kids.
she can talk about my kids. I've got 4 hellions, all 4 of them. But I mean, her daughter, sorry. You don't carry around a baby doll into a convenience store. You don't carry it around in a Walmart.
Okay, I do remember. All right, I do remember this part, and this part creeped me out because I was actually just watching some special about people that like got real life looking babies and like kept them, and they had real kids. And I was looking at the other people in the video, and I'm like, your kid just wants to hang out with you, and you're hanging out with this like weird ass baby doll that is like creepy looking. Oh god,
Exactly.
baby dolls are so weird. Those born again dolls. I don't know. It's super strange. I don't think they should sell things like that.
These people do these things after they lose a child, not have one and then decide, well, I need to carry around a baby doll that looks real. No.
Oh yeah, I was watching these people like buy diapers for them and had outfits, and then they buy a new one every once in a while. They'd have like a collection of like 6 of them, and they're expensive as hell too. They're not cheap.
They are.
Like they're a couple $100s, or they were back when they shot the show that I was watching. I could only imagine they're probably a few $100s still.
They're about $600 to $700 now.
Damn. Yeah, that's super creepy.
Yeah. Okay. But to having a kid that wants to hang out with their mother, but is embarrassed by their mom for carrying around a baby doll.
Did she name it?
I have no idea.
Okay. No, I didn't know if she like talked about it like her own or something.
But
some people like to name them, and it gets a little wild. Yeah. It's not like the Cabbage Patch craze. Like these are like really realistic looking dolls, Mudrabbit. And
so the only way they would let me.
But it's not like a little kid wanting a baby doll. Like these things are very realistic looking, and they're supposed to be like, some of them have real hair on them. Some of them have like, oh man, it's some of the weirdest things I've ever seen.
Yeah.
What are they called? Again, dolls?
They're real babies, is what they're called.
Real babies.
Yeah.
And they like weight them like a real baby too. I've seen
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of goofy. But it's not like the gosh. You can order them like if you want a caramel skinned one, do you want
Do you want a pale one? Do you want a redhead?
you can get toddlers for like $1,600. This is so
Yeah.
creepy. Look at this. Oh my gosh. This is super creepy looking. Oh my god. I don't know why this is legal. This shouldn't be a thing that you can just go out and buy kids. Like I mean I know they're not real, but they're selling them as real. This is for the over 250 category. Some of these babies look so creepy. I don't know.
They look so lifelike.
Oh yeah, that is creepy looking.
Hell, I'm an empty nester. I need a baby.
Yeah,
Let
this
me
one's
let
50%
me go
off
out
and
and
it's
fork
$500.
hundreds of dollars out. Let me fork out hundreds of dollars for a baby doll that's supposed to look real.
Oh, I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I'm sorry I had to show you guys that, but I don't think people were realizing like the creepiness of how they look. The only difference is the Cabbage Patch Kids looked fake. Like all of the Cabbage Patch Kids didn't look real to me.
Exactly.
The only
My
difference
mom
is
had
that
two of
one
them.
looks like a doll and one looks.
My mom
but I
had
think-
2 Cabbage Patch dolls that
Did
came
adult-
out,
Did adults have
as
Cabbage
adults,
Patch dolls?
but she kept them as collector's items. She kept them in their boxes.
Okay, that's fair.
So she had one that was bald and she had one with brown hair, but it was brown yarn. The bald-headed one was Calvin, and the brown-haired one was Quinn.
Did she
She
name
kept
them?
them
or
in
did
their
they come with
original
names?
boxes with their birth certificates and everything.
So they came with names?
They came with names.
Okay. Yeah, I'm talking about people that are like naming them, and I don't know. It's a little wild. I guess maybe for people that can't have kids or something. But I think it's
Those that
weird
have
when you
lost
do have a
children,
child.
one right after the other.
What up, Tony?
Hey,
Hello,
Tony.
Happy late birthday, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, happy late birthday. But I mean, I could understand if it's a woman who's lost a child after a child after a child after a child after a child. But that's how they cope. But when your own child wants to hang out with you and all you want to do is carry around a baby doll,
Yeah, I feel like there's healthier ways that you could get it out, and
yeah.
I don't know, talk to your kid more or something. I don't know. I feel like if you do, because the video I saw, the girl had a 16-year-old kid. She looked like she was probably early 40s to mid 40s, and she had like a teenage daughter that would like go everywhere with her while she paid all of her attention to this baby she was carrying around in a carrier.
But I mean, it was just, and then the only way that they would let me stay on D Live and live stream was if I went back on and publicly apologized. So I did, just so I could continue streaming. But that's how I made my money back
I
then.
never do that.
You wouldn't do that?
No, I wouldn't do that.
Apologize, bow down
I
to the master.
don't think I would ever do anything I would need to publicly apologize for. In the
Fair
first
Well,
place.
I went on D Live and publicly rant and raved about another streamer. And at that time, you wasn't allowed to do that. But then when I got diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, everybody come down on me. So
There's still no reason for an apology.
that was the only way I could continue to live stream,
Why?
because I went on there and I publicly shamed another streamer.
It was
Okay.
it was
So
against
they against
It
the
was against their terms of service.
live stream.
yeah, it was against the terms of service for D Live, and she broke all the rules, and so she did it so she could get reinstated, I guess.
I'd probably just give it up.
Right.
I'm sorry. I am one rule person on that.
I don't know.
Andre,
Hey, Andre. Long time no see, buddy.
Yeah, hey, Kristen. How you doing?
Hold on, we
I'm
got to pause
doing
for a
good.
second.
Got my arm in a sling.
GP, you got some crazy noise coming when everybody else talks.
That's not me.
I'm watching it on your microphone back in the backstage. I can see it.
I know it's not me. I've got
How's
this.
that?
Hello.
Hello,
That's
Is
hello.
that better?
Yeah,
No.
that's better.
I had to turn my volume down.
Andre, you got a little bit of a reverb. Lower your mic just a hair.
Yeah, you got a little
Sorry?
bit too. I'll do it. I'll see if I can do it for him. Oops.
Not muted, just lowered it
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna adjust your microphone volume a little bit, Andre.
All right.
Yeah, you're not coming in clear.
Yeah, it's all right. I'll probably end this.
Oh, you got a good echo room.
Yeah, he's kind of in a non-adjusted room.
As of December, Jacob, here in the state of Virginia, they are banning all vapes except for these.
Why is it one specific brand?
They're saying it's because of the kids, but the only people that were at the congressional hearing about it was the big tobacco companies. Lawyers.
In Illinois, they banned flavored tobacco when I was like 16 or 17. And because I used to smoke cherry tobacco, and that's why they banned it, is because flavored tobacco is considered advertised for kids. So yeah, I don't know why vapes got as big as they were, because
There was no
everybody
parents
was
at
using
this hearing. It was all big tobacco corporation attorneys.
Yeah, I mean,
That's just wrong.
sounds like
It
a
is.
racket.
It is, because I have one.
I've never vaped. I'm not a vapor. I take my tobacco as it comes.
There's mine.
I don't know. It's still the idea of just the oversight.
But
and
the state of
they're trying
Kentucky
to-
got
they're
it
trying to
partially
monopolize
reversed.
business. They're just trying to monopolize business, though.
Yeah,
It's annoying.
but see, I normally smoke my LDs, my menthols.
I can't switch. I
But-
definitely can't switch back and forth between tobacco and vaping. That kills my throat.
I do, because I go back and forth between the two because it actually slows me from smoking so much. I started noticing I was smoking more than a pack a day.
And he always says, well, because you smoke it, your lungs are in worse shape than mine. And I was like,
They're
dude,
not.
I've been better health than you are by a long shot. You know?
Hell, I
I always
climbed 5,000. I climbed a mountain peak, 5,844 feet straight up, and didn't have one problem.
I always think the delivery system makes a difference. Like somebody that doesn't have a filter on their cigarettes, or like I use
Oh yeah,
I
non-filter is a big difference.
I only use a water pipe when I'm smoking tobacco, so I think that makes a difference as well. But
A bong, come on now.
it's a water pipe. It's a bong if you're using weed out of it.
Oh,
You're smoking the
so there is that
marijuana.
difference, huh?
Well, yeah, it's a legal term for paraphernalia.
Dang.
Cheech and Chong sell bongs.
Get over here. Get away
I
from
use a
there.
water
Don't get me wrong. I smoked tobacco out of a dry pipe and a water pipe. I still a simple cigarette does me just fine.
I
Yeah.
grew up on a
I do
farm. We
roll my
harvested
own
tobacco.
So
Yeah, we did the old corn cob pipe.
I miss making the old corncob pipes,
Yeah.
but we weren't smoking tobacco out of those.
But
How's everyone doing?
I got to go back to my doctor's on Monday.
Doing good, Andre. Can't
Fun.
complain. GP's got to go back to the doctor.
Oh no, for why?
I
Wow.
did something to my arm and have no idea what I did, but I can't lift it above my head. Right in between the bicep and tricep muscles, it burns.
Oh damn. Oh.
So yeah, they think
Good
that
night, Mud.
I might have strained
See you again.
the tendons or something.
No, it is a tendon. I've done that injury before. You gotta just not use the arm. You don't need to say a doctor. I'm serious. You just gotta not use the shoulder as much as you normally do.
That's why I've been keeping it in its lane.
Go left-handed. Do everything left-handed for a while.
I've been trying to do everything right-handed because it's the left side that's messed up.
Same reverse. But
So
it took me 3 years to recover from a tendon injury
God, I
on
hope
the
not.
right shoulder. I picked up something that was not, my body was not capable of lifting, but I lifted it anyway. So it tore the cartilage and tendons in my right shoulder.
Mount.
It took me over 3 years to recover from that.
Ouch.
But I just went to, I'm a carpenter. Went to my left hand. It works just fine. But you gotta minimize weight. Do not do anything lifting with that arm.
Yeah, I try not to. But
Yeah.
I have to carry groceries and stuff like that in, and
On the other side.
I do that too. I put more on this side than I do on that side.
Don't put anything on that side.
But
I'm serious. You use
when
it,
you're a caregiver,
you move it
when you're a
around.
caregiver for somebody, you have no choice.
You always have a choice. Life is a choice.
Especially when
your other side
person
only.
an
The
amputee.
longer you beat it, the longer.
Exercise it, but never.
Oh, I do.
No, but the longer you, what he's saying is, the longer you strain it, the longer you're going to drag out the injury.
Yes.
It's not going
I
to
kept working for 2
Yeah,
years.
if you injure it again, it will get.
They want
It will
me
be
to come in
changed.
and probably do X-rays on Monday.
I'm still having a hard time hearing Andre's kind of muffled.
Yeah, it's hard because of the room that you're in, Andre. Nobody can hear you really well. All the voices echoing off the walls.
Yeah. I can tell. Yeah.
At that time with D-Live, I was sitting here trying to figure out, how was I going to make my money and yada, yada, yada. So I kissed ass and publicly apologized and got to continue streaming and making money. And now with D-Live, you got to make so many diamonds just to go 2 hours.
Yeah, I never understood that. The ice cream and the lemons and the diamonds and the
Yeah. Well,
So,
now it's you got to make 1,000 diamonds just to go 2 hours.
What's going on here, man? Why I see two screens of
Oh shit,
live,
Curse
man?
is here. I might have to go.
I just heard it reverbing off of you that
You
time.
funny,
Do you have another
so
stream
you
open,
funny,
Tony?
man. You cool, bro.
Do you have another stream going, Tony?
So
I
is
don't know why everybody's echoing back right now, and I can see it on everybody's. Well, right now it's Tony. When Curse is talking, Tony was, and so is Andre.
I'm just looking at my TV, but there's nothing playing.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you, Curse. What were you saying, man?
What's going on here, man? Is this part of the club that I'm not supposed to know about? Why we see two lives?
So
I'm seeing that too.
Yeah, so basically, I'm using the new StreamYard feature where they do a vertical live and a horizontal live at the same time. So it puts me into the feed of people that are using from their cell phones and some that are using from like a laptop. It's a new feature I'm trying out, and I was going to try to do a little 2-hour stream.
Whenever you pay the machine money. So back to the question that I asked earlier. If AI was in control of it, do you think communism will work?
If AI was in control of it, communism will work. No, because I don't think the Communist Party would be okay with AI running things. They would think that there is corruption from the inside.
Okay, so the other question, the new word that I learned, you do realize that's everybody that's not with $1 million or more in their pocket, right?
Yeah, it's just the working class. It's the.
So
I would assume.
No. That even includes me, bro. That even includes my dumb ass.
No, I think it would actually have to be people that physically work. I don't think it could be just people that rely on the government. I think you would have to work.
That's in the context that your person is using it in. In the actual context, this is the poor people in a monarchy system. And who's the poor people in the monarchy system? Anybody who's not the king or the queen or the princess or the prince in the castle.
Well, you gotta also include the Senate.
So say that word for me so I know how to say it, because I don't know how to say it, but I know what it means. Yeah, proletariat. Yeah, that's everyone. That's what we're talking about here. Prisoners versus guards scenario, man. These are the prisoners, man.
There's way too many chiefs and not enough Indians.
I don't know what team the prisoners would be on if the government pulled back their assistance. Do you know what I'm saying? Like if you were told that you had to work in order to get the same things, you have to be part of society.
If all of us had to do what Stone Wolf had to do, you know how many people would like just kill other people for no reason?
Bang.
Oh yeah, I think it would. I think anarchy would have to be.
I think everything that Stone Wolf does is cool, but if the average dumb American had to do what Stone Wolf had to do, no, there'd be a lot of blood everywhere.
Oh, for sure. There's not many, even on this planet, that could deal with and compensate and still stay mentally sound.
Daddy went to bed.
I look at the conversation as communism. I look at communism not like most people.
Well, look at the guy that just took over in New York, or he's going to take over in New York, and people are leaving.
He's borderlining on communism, but he's more with socialist ideas.
Communism is not a bad structure for government.
But you'd have to know. So wouldn't you have to start off? Hold on a second. Wouldn't you have to start off with communism, or otherwise you would have to have anarchy to install communism?
Yeah, I completely understand that from the way that the guy was kind of mapping it out. Where I wanted to circle around with this was, so that we had a ground foundation of what the proletarian word was. I don't exactly have an understanding of what will happen, but so I was going to go to Mr. Waters to see what he thought about it. So, what does sparking jealousy among the proletarians mean, and what will occur if that did occur?
I think it was just like what we were talking about. Sparking jealousy would be the people that aren't the working class not fitting into the working class group, your blue collar people not getting along with the people that are mooching off of the government's dime, something we're dealing with today.
And I think, in America here, we have a huge issue with unemployment and people choosing to be unemployed.
And that's exactly what I mean when I was saying it. It's
communism in its basis does not allow that.
No, you would have to be working.
You have to have a job. We will give you something to do, and we will pay you to do that job. That's communism.
Right.
Well, they were also.
I don't want it. Don't get me wrong. I'm just stating the pluses and minuses of.
Isn't that similar to what we have now?
No. Right now we're capitalist based.
But the only thing that's different is the vouchers that we use to exchange for our goods.
The only okay, so that's another tunnel in itself. The vouchers that we use to exchange for our goods are not valid. So, like.
Why do you think I call it vouchers instead of currency, bro? Because a voucher is an item that will never get paid back.
It is kind of a different kind of currency, but it is not a currency of synthetic value.
It's a fiat currency. It's the idea of a promise.
I still
here in the U.S. we give people
the good idea of paying for the power that you're using instead of the power that you will use. If that makes any sense.
It's like the new systems that we have. It's the new systems that we have where you can order a pizza today and pay it off over 4 days. If you don't have enough money to buy a pizza the day you get it, you probably shouldn't buy a pizza.
What?
Instead of adding
what? You're gonna order. Well, hold on. I ordered pizza.
He's dead right. We're using credit.
And I used the coupon for $22, $22.99 for 2 large pizzas, and it was more than $30.
That sounds right.
That's a pretty good deal. That's not even that bad. With delivery?
Yeah, it took 2 hours to get here, and one of the boxes were wet. The pizza was ice cold, but hey, food.
So $8 in delivery?
No, bro. Like, it was literally 37 something because I had to give the driver like $7 because I only had like 30 on my Cash App at the time. It was like 37 and change. Like, what in the world? You just charged me $10 for tax and driver service?
Item being delivered.
Yeah. I always tell people it's just like going out to eat, and the people that go out to eat and don't tip. It's just like, just don't go out to eat if you don't have the money to leave a tip. It's whatever.
Right.
Like, go pick up your food if you don't want somebody to deliver it, or if it's never going to be done to satisfaction. Some people are never.
I'm sorry, if I walk into McDonald's and walk up to the counter and they still want a tip. What the fuck for?
McDonald's wants a tip. That's hilarious. So, Mr. Water.
That's just an example. I go all kinds of places. I don't eat out. My wife does eat out, and I go get the stuff for her. But I'm not going to give you a tip unless I'm sitting there in your restaurant and I get good service.
To cap this conversation,
if you require a tip beyond that, not going to happen. I'll walk right out your fucking door.
If you can
Hey,
message,
Mr. Waters, just contemplate
could-
the fact that you're paying more for food and still getting paid the same amount of money.
if you can message Walmart and get them to pay you to do self checkout, let me know if it works.
I don't like self checkout.
No, I'm just saying now people
I rather
are
a
doing
human
their
have a
own.
job.
They're doing all the work of employees, and then
No, I'd rather go through the checkout line and wait to give that employee a job.
well,
Yeah,
either way,
I'm definitely
either way they're gonna.
I'd rather a human have a job.
But either way, they're checking your work at the door, so it doesn't matter if a human does it or if
Who
you
says
do
they're
it.
checking the work at the door? I've seen videos recently of people walking out of Walmart with full shopping carts. Don't play me, Mr. Waters. Don't play me, Mr. Waters. You daggone well know that your side has been taking food from the stores without
I
paying
have
for
had
it.
people
As a
ask
guard dog.
me at the door to check my receipt, and I have told them flat out the same statement. It is against the law for you to check my receipt or look at what products I have purchased. It is
I
absolutely.
want to become a Walmart grader. Welcome to Walmart. Get your shit and get out.
Yeah. But it is illegal for them to look at your products after you've already purchased them.
Exactly.
I know it's a policy thing that they have. They actually, it's actually very similar to cops, where they can ask you, but you don't necessarily have to give it to them. You're not obligated to. But I don't know if it's against the law in any way. But I do know that it's part of the practice to ask you. And it's just like a cop, like asking for, it's like they don't necessarily have the right to make you do it.
And I tell them the same thing every time. It's not legal for you to ask me to show you my receipt when I've just paid for my contents at a counter.
Yeah.
They have no right to ask for the receipt.
Nope.
And I've seen enough videos out there of people not accepting that and grabbing the person's cart. I'd call the cops in a heartbeat. These are my personal possessions. I've already purchased. They're stealing from me.
Oh yeah, and unless you have proof of me stealing something or suspecting me of stealing something, like I've had people step in front of my car.
You know,
I've had people step in front of my cart before, and that shit drove me nuts. Like that one was, I was like, wait a minute, you're not just gonna block me from leaving.
I've had. They always ask, can I see your receipt? No. And I keep going. I've never once had them stop me. And by God, if they ever did, I'd call 911. Because I pay every time I go. I pay. I don't go through self-checkout, which doesn't matter, because even if I did, I would scan everything. The fact they have a door checker is bullshit, because it's illegal. I actually own everything in this cart right now. This is my possession.
So they can't even ask you. So what if they see somebody and they obviously didn't come out of the checkout line? They just have a cart full of stuff and it's not bagged, and they're just pushing it out the door. Do you think they should be allowed to check them?
No.
Or ask for proof of purchase? Hey, do you have a receipt for the items in your cart?
No.
Why do you think that's against the law?
Because 90% of the time, it's illegal people. They don't know. They don't know at the door.
No.
Whether
I mean,
you're paid or
depending
not.
on how the layout is of the store, like the layout of the store that I'm at, it's one of the entrances is just right off the grocery.
Oh, if I
section,
come through my store before 7 a.m., I can walk right out the door. I can just walk my cart right out the door.
They don't even have greeters there at that point.
They don't even have greeters by then.
Well, the whole greeter position has changed in general. They're not there greeting you anymore. Like I said,
the idea is they look at what they're supposed to do is look at your cart, make sure everything's in like a bag. Okay, if everything's in a bag, they have no reason to stop you. You don't get those bags walking through the aisles. You know, you can't get those bags without going through a checkout line. Unless you're bringing them with you. And if you're bringing them with you, woohoo, hope you make it out the door.
Well, I also don't understand because unless you offer big bags, how are you going to stop me for every big item that I can't fit in a bag?
Exactly.
Like,
I had
all my other stuff's in bags.
A thing of water on my bottom of my cart, and they'll put a tag on saying they marked it. And the lady tried to stop me one time, and I was like,
sit right there.
And she was like, well, you got something on the bottom of your cart. And it is marked from one of your cashiers. So why do you need to see my receipt?
Oh, yeah. It had one of the stickers or whatever.
Yeah, they put a sticker on it. And it's like, I just need to see your receipt. No, you don't. This is all my property. I'm walking out the door. And she called security. And security met me outside because they didn't show up in time. Met me outside the door and let me go.
Did they get to check your? Did you let them check your receipt?
No.
No. I didn't know if they did it.
I mean,
they were satisfied.
I have a aisle I went through that scanned all my items into my cart and gave me a receipt for that. All the items in my cart and this receipt are my property. The only thing I don't own is the cart, which I will give back to them once I empty it. I'm with the Ace. I every once in a while, depending on my mood. It's always depending on my mood, just like a spam call on my phone. It's
Right.
always depending on my
Every
mood.
once in a while, I'm going to answer this.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I am going to wrap up before the 2 hour mark because I want to see what StreamYard does for its editing feature on this.
Yeah, I'm gonna head off here. I'm gonna lay down and stay off this arm for a little while.
All right.
You have a good night, GP. See you later,
Night,
Steve.
guys.
I'm glad to see you, man.
Later, brother.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
you guys have a good night. Have a good night, Chris.
Oh yeah, you guys enjoy.
Yeah,
And Avery, they do have that option, but they will never ban you from their store unless you're stealing or doing something inappropriate.
Oh yeah, they can't trespass you. They can trespass you for recording. I didn't realize that. You can get trespassed from other, but you can't get trespassed unless you present an ID, and you don't necessarily have to present an ID.
No.
Unless they can accuse you of a crime.
They will not ban you because they still want you coming there to take the money. But they have the option. They always have the option to say you're no longer allowed in any of our stores, kind of thing. Well, either way, Jacob, you have a good night.
Oh yeah, you as well.
Thank you everybody for watching and enjoy.
You wanna hear this political joke? Oh no, I guess not. All right, what do you got? Let's hear it. If it involves Kanye West, it's probably not political. Was I supposed to say 1776? Or is that right? Is there another word for it, or am I getting it wrong? Nope, that's right. I have no idea. Is the bar the problem? Wait, a guy gets kicked out. Is he the problem, or is the bar problem, or is the bars? What's the problem, him or the bar? So, and the only reference I got for 176 bar was the number 176 in combination with the word bar mostly commonly refers to either a specific business called Gens 176 Bar and Grill, or a particular legal or regulatory statute, such as the Nevada Revised Statute, NRS, Chapter 176, or the California State Bar Opinion from 2009, 176. So I don't understand. I don't get the joke. I don't understand who the problem is. I can't give an educated answer on your joke. Let's say the bar is the problem. All right. Well, with that being said, let's see what to do. What's a good outro? I was giving you time to finish your joke, but I guess not.
Euphigenia Doubtfire, dear. I specialize in the education and entertainment of 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 entertainment. Candy and the sun. Could you make me a woman? Showtime. I know you're used to Lucy, but I run daggers for you. Daggers for you. I know you're used to Lucy, but I run. Go pump, pump, pump some neurons. I know you're used to Lucy. Such a shun. It tastes good. Such a shun. I know you're used to Lucy, but I run. Surprise. Hip hop, bebop. Dance till you drop. Hip hop, bebop doesn't mean that they don't love. Hip hop, bebop, bop, bop, bop. Dance till you drop. Hip hop, bebop. Just a little bit of nicotine. The sun. Just a little bit of nicotine. Cream in your sugar now. A little bit of nicotine doesn't mean that they don't love you. Eggers for you. When I'm in charge, eggers for you. I know you're used to Lucy, but I run. Some neuron. I know you're used to Lucy, but I run. Such a shunt, such a shunt. I know you're used to Lucy, but I run. Hip hop, bebop, dance till you drop. Hip hop, bebop doesn't mean they don't love. Hip hop, bebop, bop, 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 dance till you drop. Hip hop, bebop, bum, 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 bum. Just a little bit of nicotine. The sun. Just a little bit of nicotine. Cream in your sugar now. A little bit of nicotine. Din doesn't mean that they don't love you. When I'm in charge. Don't fuss with me. It tastes good. Din. It tastes good. Bum, 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 bum. I know you're used to Lucy, but I run. Such a shunt, such a shunt. I'm in charge. I know you're used to Lucy, but I run.
Birthday, Dad?
Yeah. Hip hop, bebop, dance till you drop. Hip hop,